So says Rabban Gamliel, the son of Rabbi Yehuda, that when you work for the community, you should do it l'shem shemaim, you should do it with good intentions, not for your own self-aggrandizement, and not in order for riches or whatever. You do it because it's the right thing to be doing. You should be doing it for the Almighty himself. The problem, of course, is that it's not always very easy to work for the community because the people who constitute the community are not always very pleasant. You find all kinds of people in a community. In fact, it's sometimes one would want to say that it's easy to love humanity, but sometimes it's very difficult to love people. Or somebody once put it very nicely, I love humanity in general, but no one in particular. And that, of course, is the problem with working with communities. You come across people, some of whom, not everyone is a saint. On the other hand, not everyone is a villain, but it does take all kinds. And as you know, when you work with communities, they have individuals have peculiarities, irritating idiosyncrasies, attitudes, etc. Really hard to work in communities, especially if you're doing it on a voluntary basis. You know, if you're at work and you're a paid worker, you have to put up with the other people because that's your living. If you are the owner of a business, you have the choice of deciding who you want to have working with you, so you can make your choices. But communities don't give you that privilege, and therefore, says Rabban Gamliel, that when you're working in the community, he says, remember that he mentions their fathers. The merit of their fathers sustains them. What you have to remember, of course, is that he's suggesting you have to remember who these people are. They are, after all, the children of the patriarchs and the matriarchs. They're descended from, the same people as us. They are actually not that different to us. We all come from the same genetic pool, from the same patriarchs, the same values, etc. And therefore, you should be able to look beyond their individual peculiarities or their irritating idiosyncrasies and to accept them for who they are, knowing that we are all Jews and we have a common long historic past. And the word, by the way, that he uses for community is tzibur. We have a number of different words for community. One of them is kehillah, but the other is tzibur. The word tzibur means actually to be connected together. But the three letters of the word tzibur stand for tzadikim, beinonim, and resha'im. Tzadikim are the righteous, beinonim are the intermediate, and the resha'im, of course, are the ones who are not that good. And so therefore, when we talk about it, tzibur, we recognize that it's made up of all types and all classes of individuals. You have to accept this when you work with the community. Not all are saints, not all are villains. It takes all kinds to form a community. And that is, if you bear this in mind and you make allowances for the human material with which you're working, you're going to have a much easier time, and you will indeed be able to work l'shem shemaim with the right kind of kavanah, the right kind of intention. And that is what Rabban Gamliel is trying to teach in this instance. And a very important and timely message as well for all of us who have ever had to work with communities.